This is a first-hand story from a family during the time of the Second World War. Japan had just entered the war by bombing the American fleet at Pearl Harbor. By January 1942, the Japanese Imperial Army had captured Manila. By April, they had captured Panay Island directly south of Romblon, the island of Toblis. Romblon remained unaffected until in July 1943. It was set up as a radio network for sharing intelligence during the war. Supported by the 6th Infantry Combat Team, by December 1943, the Japanese had detected the radio stations and invaded Toblis. The radio stations were dismantled and army dispersed around the island. By early 1944, the Japanese left, believing that the threat of radios had been removed. Although they still remained on the island patrolling, looking for Filipino soldiers, they thwarted detection by dressing like simple farmers, so they could easily switch into battle or peaceful mode. There was a very broader pattern of Japanese reprisals in the Romblon and Panay regions. Because Toblis Island was a key monitoring post for the Philippine resistance, the Japanese used extreme violence to terrorize the population and discourage them from aiding the 6th Military District guerrillas. But one of the darkest days of Romblon history was to come, the Ferrol Massacre. September 3, 1944. The massacre was triggered by an ambush earlier that day. Local guerrilla forces, reportedly led by Captain Jose S. Maines, attacked a Japanese patrol in the vicinity of Ferrol. The ambush was highly successful, resulting in the deaths of several Japanese soldiers. In immediate response, a larger Japanese reinforcement unit descended upon the town, unable to capture the mobile guerrilla fighters who had retreated into the hills. The Japanese troops turned their violence toward the unarmed civilians in the town center and surrounding barrios. Japanese soldiers rounded up residents, including women, children, and the elderly. Victims were publicly using bayonets and firearms. Many homes and structures in the town were burned to the ground as part of a scorched earth tactic intended to deny the guerrillas local support, while exact figures vary in local oral histories. It is generally documented that dozens of civilians were killed in a single afternoon, some reports of up to 300 people. The event remains one of the darkest chapters in the history of Ferrol. Romblon, this the background to the following amazing story. The family were in hiding in their nipa huts around the farming area now called Agnoknok. Their dog was barking, alerting them to danger. A young Palma Madikot, 8 years of age only, was trying to quieten his dog, when suddenly a Japanese soldier appeared. They had been rounding up fighting Agedman for reprisal executions. The soldier strangely patted the boy on the head and thanked him for making the dog quiet. The worried father, Moises Madikot, immediately ran to his son, only to be captured by the soldiers. Moises' brother, Teodosio Madikot, was fighting for the 61st Infantry. Sometime later, he was taken away with other Filipino prisoners to a nearby clearing, beside a small creek on the family farm at Agnoknok. They all had their hands tied behind their back, and one by one they were executed. It was Moises' turn. With nothing to lose, he asked if he could relieve himself first. The soldier strangely obliged and started loosening his ropes. Seizing the opportunity, Moises elbowed his way out of the grip of the soldier and ran as fast as could, jumping over the nearby creek, then zigzagging across an open rice field to avoid being shot. He continued running and hiding, past the area where the existing Agnoknok barangay offices are located, to the area north. Finally, finding shelter behind a huge mango tree that used to grow there, he was free and survived. He was blessed with a long life, raising 9 children and living to 95 years of age. A truly remarkable story that needs to be remembered.